Hey guys, I'm Kayla Fournier and welcome to Zay's Crochet and Macrame. Today I'm going to show you how to make crochet ear warmers. Now I also have two other videos on matching fingerless gloves and leg warmers that are a perfect matching pattern to these ear warmers, so you should definitely check those out. The links to those will be down below. Now these ear warmers are perfect for the fall and winter. It's great for when you want to keep your hair up in a bun and to still keep your ears warm in the top of your head and to still be fashionable and cute. These ear warmers are also perfect for when you want to just have your hair down as well and you don't want to get your hair ruined by some hat hair, and you can just put these on, keep your ears warm, and you're good to go. So please go ahead and like this video and comment down below and let me know what you thought on this pattern and if this video was easy, medium, or hard. Go ahead and subscribe to my channel for more content as well, and follow me on Instagram at Zay's Crochet to stay updated with the latest tutorials. Alright guys, let's get started.
For this tutorial we will need a yarn threading needle, 3.25mm crochet hook, and crafting scissors. I'm going to be using Cascade Yarn's Ultra Pima cotton yarn. Now you can use any cotton yarn you would like. Here are the measurements in case you decide to use a different brand. So we're going to go ahead and roll our yarn into a ball like so, and I'm going to be using this nice blue color. So to start off, we're going to make our slip knot. Put it on our hook, make it nice and tight. And then we're going to chain 8. So wrap your yarn around, pull through, yarn over, pull through, and make a total of 8 chains. And then we are going to skip the first 2 chains from the hook and double crochet into the 3rd chain. So for a double crochet, we are going to yarn over, put our hook through the chain loop, yarn over, pull through, and then yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 more loops. And we're going to do a double crochet into each chain going all the way across. So double crochet into the next chain, and keep going until you have a total of 6 double crochets. We are now done with our first row of 6 double crochets, and now going on to our second row, we're going to chain 2, turn our work around, and we're going to continue to work double crochets going across, except we're going to do it a little differently this time. So we're going to be going in through the first loop, out through the second loop. So we're going to yarn over, go through our first stitch, and then instead of yarning over and pulling through, we're going to go right through that second stitch there, and then yarn over, and then pull through those 2 stitches, and then yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. We're going to do that in the next stitch and every one after. So go right through the first stitch, out through the second, yarn over, pull through, and continue the double crochet. So we're going to continue doing this for a total of 6 double crochets. We are now done with our second row, and this is what your work should look like. This pattern kind of gives it that like rigid effect to make it a little stretchy and more comfortable around the ear warmers. So we're going to continue doing the same thing for every row. So chain 2, turn our work around, go through the first stitch, out through the second, and double crochet. So we're going to continue this for a total of 56 more rows so that we are complete with a total of 59 rows. And then I'm going to show you how to do the 60th row. We have made it to our 59th row, and this is what your work should look like. So we're going to be attaching the other end of our ear warmers, and we're going to do so with our 60th row. So we're going to chain 2, turn our work around, grab the other end to the first row of our work, and we're going to slip stitch right into that first stitch there. And then we're going to continue doing our double crochets like we were before. So we're going to yarn over, go through the first loop, out through the second, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And then we're going to go ahead and slip stitch into the next stitch there. And then do our double crochet again. So we're going to work our way along by slip stitching into each stitch as we do our double crochet. Okay, so we're at the end of the row. We're just going to go into our last stitch and slip stitch and do our last double crochet. So we've now completed our 60th row and our first round, and this is what your work should be looking like. So now we're going to go on to our second round, starting with our first row, and we're going to chain 2. And then we're going to do half double crochets into every stitch all the way around. So starting with our first stitch here, we're going to yarn over, go through the stitch, yarn over, pull through, and then yarn over and pull through all 3 loops for our half double crochet. So we're going to do one into every single stitch. There should be a total of 2 half double crochets going along each double crochet, except for my first stitch. My first one will just be 1, and then into each double crochet stitch there will be 2 half double crochets. So we're going to continue to do this for a total of 120 half double crochets, with 2 going into each double crochet. I'm now near the end of my first row, and I ended with a half double crochet. And just showing you here, see how there's a total of 1, 2, 3 here. There's 3 half double crochets for these 2 double crochets. So I'm going to go ahead and end with another half double crochet here, which will represent the second one of the first one, if you know what I mean. So we will have a total of 120. So I'm going to go ahead and slip stitch into the first half double crochet stitch to complete our row. Alright, now for our second row, we're going to chain 2. We're going to skip this stitch here. That's not going to count as one. So we're going to skip the next 2 after that, 1, 2, and go into the third stitch right here. So we're going to start to work in there with a double crochet. Then do a second double crochet in that same stitch. Then we're going to chain 1 and do 2 more double crochets into that same stitch. Then we're going to chain 1, skip the next 2 stitches, and we're going to do a single crochet into the third stitch. So we're going to put our hook through, yarn over, pull through, and then yarn over and pull through both 2 loops for our single crochet. And then we're going to chain 1 and then skip the next 2 stitches and work in our third stitch, doing the same thing, 2 double crochets, chain 1, 2 double crochets in the same stitch. Then chain 1, skip 2 stitches, and single crochet into the next stitch. And we're just going to continue doing the same exact pattern, going all the way around. Okay, I'm at the end of my second row, and I chained 1, and now I'm going to skip those last 2 stitches and slip stitch into the first chain stitch here. And that completes our second row of round 2. Now for our third row, we're going to chain 4. And then we're going to skip over to the chain 1 space here and do 2 double crochets, chain 1, 2 double crochets. And then we're going to chain 1 and we're going to do a double crochet into our single crochet stitch here. So instead of single crochet, we're doing double crochets right there. Then chain 1 and skip over to the chain 1 space and do the 2 double crochets, chain 1, 2 double crochets. Chain 1, skip over and do a double crochet on top of our single crochet. So we're going to continue that same pattern going all the way around to the other side. And then when we get to the other end, we're going to slip stitch into the third chain stitch here. And then we're going to do the same round for a total of 3 more times. So we have a total of 5 rows of our lace. Okay, I am now at the end of my 6th row, and I have a total of 5 rows of my lace. And now for our 7th row, we're going to chain 2, and then I'm going to do a half double crochet into this chain 1 space, and then do a half double crochet into the next 2 double crochet stitches. And then I'm just going to skip over that chain 1 space and continue to do half double crochets into the next double crochet and into the next one. and then we're going to do a half double crochet into chain one space, and then we're going to skip that double crochet and do a half double crochet into the next chain one space. And then we're going to continue doing the same thing, going all the way around till we have a total of 120 half double crochets to complete our row. Okay, I'm at the end of row 7 and I have 120 half double crochets. I'm going to slip stitch into my first half double crochet. So we've now completed our second round, and now for our third round we're going to be doing the same thing as the first round here to make it even. So I'm going to go ahead and chain 8 just like how we did when we first started. And then I'm going to skip the first two chains, and then I'm going to double crochet into my third chain from the hook. And then I'm going to continue to double crochet into every chain stitch for a total of 6 double crochets. Okay, so we have now completed the first row and we have 6 double crochets, and now we're going to skip this first stitch here and we're going to slip stitch into the second stitch here. And then we are going to be slip stitching into the next 2 stitches. 1, 2, and then we're going to turn our work around and we're going to work along with our double crochets again. So I'm going to, okay, I swear if it's not a baby, it's a cat bothering me. Alright, yarn over. We're going to go through the first stitch here. And then we're going to go out through the second and continue our double crochets. We're going to do it for a total of 6, going all the way across. Okay, I'm now at the end of my second row. Then I'm going to chain 2, turn my work around, go along for my third row, continuing the same pattern of double crochets. So I'm just going to continue to do the same pattern going all the way around till we have a total of 59 rows of double crochets. So I've made it all the way around, for a total of 59 rows, and now we're going to do the 60th row. So I'm actually going to slip stitch into the next 2 stitches here, 1 and 2, and then I'm going to go ahead and slip stitch into that first double crochet stitch here. So slip stitch right in there, and then kind of turn your work around, and we're going to then continue doing our double crochets. So do your first double crochet going into the first loop, out through the second, and then we're going to slip stitch right into the next stitch here. So going back, we're just going to slip stitch, and this is going to help attach our ear warmers so that we can be complete. And then go ahead and do your next double crochet in the next stitch. Then slip stitch over into the next chain stitch here, or next stitch. And we're going to continue to do the rest of the double crochets each time as we do a slip stitch. So I'm now going to slip stitch into my last stitch here, and we're going to do our very last double crochet. Okay, and now our ear warmers are complete, and we're going to go ahead and cast off. So we're going to cut off our yarn, pull our yarn through. I'm going to tie another knot to make sure it's nice and secure. And we are just about done. But now we're going to go ahead and we're going to sew in our loose ends with our yarn sewing needle so that we can hide those so that they're out of the way. Alright, we are now officially completed with our ear warmers. I really hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Please give me a like and comment down below your thoughts on this pattern. And go ahead and subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell so you can get notified every week when I upload a new tutorial. Now don't forget to check out the matching fingerless gloves and lacy leg warmers as well that go great with this ear warmer pattern. Those links will be down below. Alright guys, I hope you have a wonderful day. Thanks for watching.